Hey everyone, we're here tonight to do an unboxing, but this unboxing is kind of a bigger deal, I think. And there's a chance it might make a few people grumpy. Why is that, you ask? Because it is a blaster from the past. No, we're not talking an unopened blaster from the 90s. I don't think I could bring myself to do that. But still, this Nerf Clear Deploy has existed unopened for over 12 years. So it's a little tough for me to open it up. But I managed to find this on Marketplace. I only spent a couple bucks on it. It's wild that this was sitting unopened for so long. It has some box damage. Not very much though. It's in, I mean, considering how long it's been sitting around, it's in pretty good shape. The box art itself is really cool. I'm going to be super careful opening this up. I want to put this box kind of up on the wall somewhere. Some of you might be thinking, I feel like there's going to be a split of why do you care so much about a deploy? And people saying, you shouldn't open a blaster that old when you can probably find one thrifted. And I probably could, but maybe not the clear one. And maybe I want a little bit of the excitement of opening up a blaster from this time for the first time. 2010 was not a time of my life where I was into Nerf. I would have been about 21, I guess, 21 or so around then. So I was not doing a lot of Nerf. I'm going to open it up. I'm excited to check it out. I know nothing about the deploy really. It gets fond memories from some and a lot of hate from others. I think it's pretty hard to mod. But again, I don't know much about it. So I'm going to open it up and I'm going to do so carefully. I'm not going to do my usual throw it in the air. I'm going to open this up like a surgeon. Here we go. I assume all sorts of ghosts from 2010 will come out of this box. What was popular in 2010? It's hard to remember. Leave a comment with what was really popular with you in 2010. All right, we have cut the tape. We have opened the box. Ooh. Ooh. What are you caught on? You're caught on something. I said I would open you gently. All right. Ooh, we have instructions that are taped to the box. They did not want those instructions to come off. I will just leave them in there for now. Yes, I'm untying it. I'm showing it all the reverence that it deserves. More so than it deserves, maybe. Okay, no, I'm not. It's too hard to get open. It's really well in here. No wonder it survived its 13 years or so unscathed. Oh my goodness. This looks awesome. This looks really cool. It's really neat. What else do we have in here? Big old 6-dart clip. Not as special. I'm gonna make sure this box is well taken care of because it does look really, really cool. I really like the art and everything from this era. And just even how they talked about blasters. I mean, Nerf is still kind of doing some of this style of artwork here, but I don't know. I think this looks really neat. Again, we have the details on that transformation. And you ever look at a box like this and wonder what that kid's doing now? He'd be so old. Maybe he's an accountant. Now, this needs 3 C batteries. Where do I put those in? Fortunately, the D-Dart runs on AAAs because I was out of AAAs. Put that there, and there, and there. If it runs on AAA, you know it's going to work great. Oh, wait. Where are the darts that should have came with? If you were never opened. Oh, they're right in there. Wow. All right. I was suspicious for a second. I thought maybe I'd been had. These look remarkably like the darts that came with the Dungeons and Dragon Nerf, the Ember Strike stuff. They don't have the clear tips though. I'm going to fire these darts exactly one time, just so that they get to fulfill their destiny. How do you deploy it? How do we make it transform? Ooh, That's actually really cool. Yeah, I can see why that plunger tube's definitely not something easily modded, and that's very, very gentle. Yeah, no direct plunger system here, but it does look super cool. I'm definitely going to put this up on a wall. Ooh, look at this little sight. That's really neat. Right through the carry handle. I guess this version didn't come with a carry strap and the other one did. I did see an unconfirmed thing in an article that this shoots a little harder than a regular deploy, so that'll be interesting to see. This blaster is neat. It's kind of weird how that like plastic comes out so far to where the trigger is. It's like weird to pull because where I want to pull the trigger is more here, so I'm just pushing against plastic. Whatever. It's a blaster from 2010. We'll go easy on it. So how do I undeploy it? Undeploy. That is very cool. I will. Oh, there's our flashlight. Wow. It's more of a laser sight than a flashlight, isn't it? I will do a test in the dark so you can see how that works. That's cool, though. This is a cool blaster. If this was remade with modern internals, I would be down for that. It's a tight fit in there. Never had a clip in it. Oh, it's first time. Oh, little deploy. You're all grown up. Let's deploy. Nope, wrong button. Let's deploy. Let's do that again because that's fun. There's going to be at least one person watching this going, how is this idiot so excited about a deploy? But I am. I'm relatively new to Nerf. I mean, I had one of the Pop-O-Matic blasters when I was a kid, but I didn't really have a lot of Nerf growing up. Nerf for me came on strong and fast, and it's really been a couple years into it like this, and then a few years before I would have plinked around a little bit. But so this is all pretty new. So the deploy is the height of technology to this guy. All right, I'm going to deploy it again. I'm going to deploy it from this side so you can see it here. That's cool. All right, let's fire it. It's definitely like this gimmick of the fold-up handle makes like the handle a little kind of wiggly, but it's neat. Through the sight? I'm not going to go through the sight so I can see where it's going. I will run this over a chronograph so we can see. I'm going to try to get it in my little target bag. I almost did. I got one in the bag. I'm going to guess that this is firing at like 50 to 55 feet per second would be my guess. You are getting the benefit of a very detailed firing analysis because I forgot to record. So, 42. 52. My prediction was in the 50s. This was my first shot on the second clip that was in the 50s. Everything else has been in the 40s with 137. Another 50. Maybe this thing's just waking up from its big slumber. 45. 47. I think that was it. Nope. 39. The last shot for the last clip was in the 30s as well. I don't mind that at all for this. This is a blaster that is a fond memory for some people. For me, it's just a little neat piece of history. It is a cool looking blaster. Look at that little, look at this jam door here on the side. Oh, and it's spring loaded too. And how that's kind of integrated in. The design of this, are people going to be coming at me for loving the deploy so much? But the design of this is really neat. Like, I would love to see a modern equivalent of this. I always love clear plastic with Nerf. That's what I like about the Mega Centurion, Sonic Ice, and some of the other Sonic ones I have. I have a Sonic Retaliator as well. It's neat to be able to see inside. I will say with the icy versions, you can't actually see very much inside, or even those ones, there's a lot of there's some kind of transparent plastic. There's a bit, but then there's lots of solid bits underneath. You can't see into it very well. This Deploy, I can see really well into the whole thing, from the spring at the back to all of the mechanics to even the wiring around the light. So I think that's really, really, really cool. Whoa, did someone cut the power? I better check it out. I actually think this light looks really cool. It gets a bad rap. I mean, you're not seeing your way in the dark, I guess. It'd be cool if it had this light and then like a real light underneath it. Or it'd be cool to mod. I wonder what the mod potential of this is. I don't really want to mod this one though. Or do I? So there you have it. The Deploy. A cool walk back in time with this blaster. If the clear one does perform better than the other one, I can't imagine that. That must be a rumor, not a real thing. I meant it when I said I didn't really care how it performed. It's more to kind of collect and have in my collection. I do wish it kind of hit somewhere in the 60s even. It is way below any sort of par down in the 40s. I don't even know that I could play around with this in the basement. If only Nerf would go back and redo the internals on some of these old classic blasters. But I mean, in the end, people collecting and modding and hobbyists aren't really their bread and butter. They have lots of bread and butter to eat without us and our bread and butter. A cool blaster. I'm really glad I have it. I'm glad I opened it up. I probably wouldn't have opened anything too much older up if I found it in package. But I mean, in the end, I paid 10, 15 bucks for this. I saw another unopened one, clear one on eBay for 60 or 70. I'm not going to sell it for that anyway. So, and I don't think I'll live long enough for this to be something I could retire on. So I think we're okay. So if you're younger, I hope you enjoyed this review of a blaster that was out before you were born and you may never try or see. And if you did, you might think is awful. If you're older, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a walk down memory lane and a little bit of nostalgia. And if you're old, but you weren't in a Nerf like me, maybe you still found it interesting. I don't know. I hope so. Let me know. And until next time, Nerf Blaster, transform and roll out. It's so neat.